Real Walking Cast, episode 99. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with James. What's up, James?
Hey guys, hopefully number 100 happens when season 7 comes back.
I know. We'll probably be way past that, I think. We'll see. Unless we waste one on a Fear Walking Dead, but it's been getting good lately, though.
Yes, better. I was mixed feelings about the first season because it started off great. Like episode 2 and episode 3 showing the outbreak was fantastic, especially LA, which is a great location. And then episode 4 and 5 sucked. Nothing happened. It was just the military, which I thought would be cool, but they had some cool elements showing the military shooting people, and I wanted to see more of that. Instead, we got a soap opera, which was
Yeah, they ruined it.
But episode 6, the finale, was sublime. That was great. And season 2 has been a bit rocky, but the boat stuff was kind of cool. But this second half has been great. I'm loving Mexico.
Much magnified compared to, it's like night and day. Looking at these episodes, season 2, second part, or part B, I guess.
Interestingly enough, if we're in the timeline of Fear the Walking Dead, Rick is still in a coma, by the way.
Yeah, they kind of slipped and said it was 2010.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And I believe they're a month and a bit into the apocalypse. They're nearly 2 months into the apocalypse, and Rick wakes up on day 59. So, I've just found that really funny that they're way ahead of him, especially Nick, with the zombie guts and stuff, and Rick's still asleep.
Right.
So I do hope. I know it's really hard, but I'd kill for a crossover. Just one of the
Originally, they were going to, but then they scrapped it.
Yeah.
And they said it would be too hard to do.
I think as it moves along, maybe the way we are in the real Walking Dead, it's going to move a lot slower because we're at Negan. So this is going to be a bit slower paced because they have to be careful not to, catch up the comics completely. So I believe in a year, maybe 2, it's possible to have one of the characters. Let's just talk about the last episode. I'm pretty sure you watched it, yeah?
Yes, I loved it, yes.
Chris is crazy, right? He's just...
I don't like Chris. I was talking to my D about it, and I tell you, this kid, I don't understand how you go from batshit crazy to wanting to kill your stepsister, your stepmother, and even your father.
Yeah, I never liked that. I don't like his character. I've never liked it. However,
and now he's not crazy, but he's a dick.
I think he is crazy. I think he has a kind of a split personality because when he's with his father, he's trying so hard, but it takes any type of bad, from those 3 guys who are a bit more, immature and kind of, kiddish, and that just influences Chris entirely. I saw a lot of comments and different YouTube videos saying that maybe Chris will kill Travis, and that'll be... I don't think so, because Travis is such an he's my favorite character, Travis.
Yeah, I like Travis.
He's great because he's quite tough, but he also has morals, and he's basically like... Is he similar to Rick? I combine him with a bit of Rick and maybe Herschel.
Right.
From the original Walking Dead. He's great. I love Travis. I like Nick too. But
you need a Travis character to balance Strand and Matt.
Yeah, I love Strand, but he's not been particularly good because he hasn't shown much of him this season.
Right.
But
how stupid! They don't even know you're making noise that they're gonna attract people. Now, the funny thing is we don't see what happens to them until next episode because they just didn't show that, but they're gonna show it next episode how they survived that. Being trapped behind the bar.
Well, they just went under this thing, didn't they? But I mean, it looks like Travis has some guts on him from the next preview, so maybe that was it. But I found it great, very interesting. But when I started watching this episode, I was like, "Am I watching the right TV show? This is like a wedding. What's going on here?"
It was different. Yeah, it was different. Right?
And then I realized it was the hotel. And
I don't know if you watched the episode me and Mike D did, but I had a problem with that because I said in all the Walking Dead episodes, there's never been anybody that died. I mean, the guy wasn't really dead, and he just turned. I mean, at least with Shane, he killed Shane. Kane's body lay there for a little while. When Carl went and shot, Shane. I'm sorry, Shane. When Shane's body was there a little bit of a while, like Rick killed Shane. Shane laid there, had time to turn, Carl shot him. But this guy had a heart attack, and instantly he's like, I'm like, are you crazy?
It is weird. I think they're very inconsistent. I've seen people not turn for so long. Not even Shane. I've seen people who've been dead and they've not turned for so long.
Right.
Like, for example,
but then they have Shane was the quickest one, I think, to turn.
Andrea with her sister. Do you remember in season 1 where her sister died? She took forever to turn, and so I think this difference is they need to get that consistency right. It could be just to do with the fact that they're dead and they're a full body and they're healthy, because if they're bitten, they're not healthy and
they have to die before they turn. They can't. The guy can't just be like heart attack and then he's a walker. I mean, that doesn't work.
Because he's a full body, mate. It is inconsistent. It is completely inconsistent.
What about my second problem with the episode? Even though I love, don't get me wrong, it's been way better than the other episodes, right? Yeah. Way better. But I still have two massive problems. The second one, when the walkers are going towards her, dangling in the elevator, right? Yeah. Why are they grabbing the wall and holding on?
Yeah, they did mess up. Okay. So,
totally messed up. I don't care what anybody in the universe says. They don't know. They just got to go, and they just
they just go straight forward. They would go straight forward, and then
it's like they were falling off the roof.
But they were holding. They're
holding on like, hey, wait a minute. I don't want to fall. So
they would just go straight forward, walkers. They're not intelligent. They're just.
They definitely screwed that episode up.
Which is weird, because in the exact same episode, about a few minutes later, when she's on the changing the hotel room on the outside the balcony.
Yeah, they just fallen over.
Yeah. Then they started doing that. So, they did
that in the episode, and then the next episode they're just like, "Oh, let me hang on because I'm the actor and I don't want to fall." It's like, come on.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. It was pretty much that, and they messed up there. So, that's a shame, because at the very same episode they showed how Alicia walked, to the other side of the other hotel room. And that was clever, because the zombies can't do that, because they'd have to, walk in the correct way. And if they just walk like the way they do, then they fall down. So that was quite clever. I did like the hotel parts. That's interesting. They got a little drama there. But the most interesting part definitely is, I believe what's going to happen is Travis will split from Chris's group, and he will join another group, maybe with Nick. And Chris's group will cause conflicts with Travis's new group, yeah?
I think that Chris's group is going to drive to the hotel.
Either the hotel or they're going to encounter one of the groups, aren't they? That's basically where the conflict's going to come, I think.
I think Nick is going to... Something's going to happen where Nick's group, Madison's group, they're all going to be... I think Travis is going to be together with Madison. They're all going to be together. And Nick's group is going to want to kill his family or something, and then he's going to have to turn against them.
Yeah, so Nick's group is that doctor guy is insane. I believe.
Yeah, that guy said he got bit, right?
I believe he did, and I believe what bit him was a whisperer, or a type of whisperer, where you know what whisperer is, right? Obviously, the people who walk with the dead, a bit like Nick, but they're a villain in the comics right now. They're featuring, and they're very, very sinister. But Nick...
I had a theory years ago. I said, what happens if a walker has false teeth and they bite the person? The person wouldn't turn.
That's a good theory. The only thing about that is if any saliva gets it. I believe it's supposed to...
Yeah, I heard about that, but I don't know, man. It would have to take a little while for the saliva to get on the teeth, though, right? I mean...
Walking, logically, it never makes any sense anyway. I mean, the infection should hit you. The way they get around it...
Well, they're already infected. They're all infected. It's just, if they get bit, it speeds up the process.
Basically, everyone's infected, and the idea is the bite just shuts down your system, and therefore, that's what it causes you a fever and stuff, right? It just kills you.
Right.
But I think they should be able to kill people easier. I think they get blood everywhere on people's faces. I think that's ridiculous sometimes. But
what about the trailer?
Say again?
What about the trailer today?
For Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Exciting stuff, man. I'm so excited. I love this series. I used to be very critical of it. Season 2 was pretty much rubbish. But
really? You don't like Season 2 with the barn?
No, I like Shane. I love Shane. Well, I don't like Shane.
That was like my favorite thing. The Sophia and everything? Oh, my God.
No, I like Shane as a villain, and I like the characters, but the farm setting was just terrible.
Wow.
I didn't like the farm because they just overdid it. But a lot of actors say they did overdo it. But from then on, I've loved the series. I'm very excited to see what they do. It'll be great to see all the different communities. I'm very excited.
But did you see the trailer today where they revealed that some people are alive from Negan? They're not victims of Negan. Like, supposedly in the trailer we had Maggie hit somebody with a gun, so she doesn't die. There was pictures that
trailer. So is this?
You didn't see that today? Oh my
No,
god!
no.
There's a trailer today. They show Abraham on the ground and a walker's about to eat him. So he survived. He survived.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Why would they do that? They should not have done that.
They had pictures that Michonne's alive, Aaron's alive.
Oh, so these have leaked. This is a leaked trailer then.
No, they just pretty much put the trailer out there. AMC.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. And then they had pictures that were revealed on set. So here's the problem, right? You can't have Rosita die, or Sasha die, or Eugene die, because now Abraham's out of the picture. All these good people are out of the picture, right?
Yeah.
The only two people you can kill is Glenn or Daryl. That's it.
Yeah. Well, that was.
Or else this is going to be a shit opening. Then.
Well, Abraham wouldn't have been a good death anyway, because he should have died when the woman, I can't remember her name, she died with the arrow going through her head. That's supposed
Denise.
to happen to Abraham. Yeah, Denise, thank you. That was supposed to happen to Abraham. So the fact that they copped out and didn't do it to him there means they're keeping him long term. That was guaranteed anyway. But revealing this is an irritant, because it should have been a cliffhanger. I mean, I had a tweet on Twitter which got like 1,000 retweets when the finale happened. I know, not doing my own boat there, but I put basically whoever thought taking the most iconic comic book moment and turning it into a cliffhanger should be executed, because it's stupid. Because yes, it builds up tension and makes more people watch season 7.
Do you remember how they altered the scene? Do you remember how they altered the scene where the first half they were walking and the kid's like, Mom, and the walkers are around. Remember that? And then when they started that episode, they changed it a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, we just did a real walking cast before. Chris believes that, let's just say, Negan is going to go and kill Glenn, and Daryl, knowing that he has a baby on the way, pisses off Negan. Yeah. And then he winds up killing him and saving Glenn. And they do the scene differently.
Yeah, that could be decided. I think either one. The thing about Daryl,
someone's saying that they'll kill both.
I think 2 character deaths should have been the right thing because of the amount of damage Rick's group did. If you don't know, Rick's group did about at least 5 times more they did in the comics to Negan. They've decimated like at least 50 or 60 people of Negan's group. So they need to be punished. But the thing about Daryl is it's going to conflict with what's his name now?
Dwight?
Yes, thank you. My mind keeps going blank.
That's okay.
But Dwight is basically Daryl. So one of them has got to die. Not in season 7, but at least by season 8. So if they got rid of Daryl... I
can't stand Dwight, first of all.
Oh, no, I don't like him. He's a jerk. I
don't want him replacing Daryl either. That sucks.
Yeah, but it would be a big impact to the group. And the fact that they... I still think it's going to be Glenn, but we'll see.
I think we'll have Negan in the cell by the end of season 7.
Oh, no, that's getting a bit adventurous. I think earliest what's going to happen is the beginning of All Out War will happen at the end of season 7, maybe even season 8, because there's a lot to cover.
Okay.
And the issue is if they have him in the... So let's say they had him in the cell by season 7, they'd be going through everything. They'd be pushing through all over. Yeah, and they just have nothing left to cover. I mean, they have the...
Right. They don't want to back themselves into a corner.
Yeah, so basically that would make it a 10-season thing, and they want The Walking Dead to go on forever. So if they want that...
But they said that they're casting Alpha, I guess, for the next half of season 7. So that's kind of rushing it too, isn't it? Like, doesn't Alpha...
It is, yeah. I mean, they could rush through it, and they could have All Out War beginning at the second half of season 7, but I prefer All Out War to start at the beginning of season 8 or the end of season 7, and maybe Negan in the cell at the end of season 8.
Well, they were saying that they're going to I guess they're going to do a season that probably doesn't connect with the comics, where they're going to have to brave the elements, and it'd be like winter time.
Yeah.
And they're going to show them battling the walkers during the winter. Where there wouldn't be too much where the groups would fight each other. It'll be mostly dealing with the elements.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It'd be good to see. I think it'd be great. Really, how I structure it, the first half of season 7 is just basically seeing what Negan's group's about and basically showing Rick, yeah, we're in charge, not you. And showing all the different groups and, little mini walker battles, obviously. And then maybe the second half, battling up elements and gearing up to planning towards all-out war. I'd say first half of season 7, the calamities of the character death and seeing what Negan's about. Second half, Rick basically planning all-out war. And then,
well, here's the thing. The way I see it, Negan is going to kill people throughout the season.
Yes. This is what basically.
I think he's going to wipe out like the priest and the Father Gabriel and Sasha and Spencer.
I think he's going to kill people too. I think it's
Rosita.
going to be Negan showing who he is and terrorizing for the first half, and also the second half, and then Rick planning in the second half, and with the other groups, like the Kingdom and Hilltop, and then fighting either starting at the end of season 7 or the beginning of season 8. That's how I see it going. Yeah, it's exciting stuff though.
It is.
Back to Fear the Walking Dead. If you don't mind, I believe I really don't want Travis to die. But he's like my favorite character. I want Chris to die.
Well, I think Daniel's going to return.
Yeah,
with Cecilia.
I hope he does.
I don't think he did either.
I don't know why they would kill him. He's like their best character after.
Yeah, they didn't give a post-mortem on Talking Dead, so he's still alive to me. I think that they're going to bring him back at the last episode.
Yeah. And
that will be a thing for season 3. I see Chris becoming like a villain.
Oh yeah, he's definitely becoming a villain.
And the whole group is going to. Somebody's going to have to kill him. I think Nick's going to want to kill him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, they already want to pretty much kill them or get rid of them. I think it will come into conflict with Travis. Either Travis will leave and he'll come into conflict with Travis's group, or he'll try and kill Travis. In either scenario, I think Daniel will save him and kill Chris.
Right. Now we also have that they're going to do another multi-part webisode.
Yeah.
And
okay.
that is going to happen, I guess, next year. And they're also pondering a third spinoff, possibly in New York or possibly in like some other foreign part of the world or something.
I'd like it to be, if it's possible, to be in a different. I'd like it to be in Europe, basically, or somewhere different, not in the United States, because they've done too much with that.
Yeah.
If they are going to do the United States, I'd like to. They've already done the Breakout, so what else can they do?
I would hope that they would do different types of walkers. Remember the season where the water was making weird walkers with the eyes?
Yes, that was just after the Hunters.
With the flu. So wouldn't it be cool if there's different types of walkers?
There should be bigger ones. There should be ones what they ate too much, pretty much, and they're bloated and stuff coming out. There's lots of things they can do.
Yeah.
I'd like to see. Let's see an overweight walker. The only thing about a really, like a fat person, is most likely they've already been eaten alive, right? Because they couldn't get away from the walkers, when the Breakout happened. So the zombies probably piled.
You know what I would do?
Mm-hmm.
The guy that they left by the tree in the first friggin' season, that he had fever and he was going to turn.
Yeah.
I would have it that he never turned. That the walkers don't go near him. He's become such a huge part of having his own group that he's become like a villain, where he had futuristic visions, and he said, Rick, go with them with the boat. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if they're going to cross that over with the, because they kept saying go with the boat. I'm wondering if that would be the Fear the Walking Dead, that they would have Rick with them. The boat.
Yeah, it could work. There's different things you could do.
But I would have that guy return as a villain, and
he was bitten though, wasn't he?
I know, but I would have it that some people can't turn, that they're immune.
Eventually, yeah. Like I said, the fear. I was going to say this earlier. The bitten guy, he's either lying in the Fear the Walking Dead.
He's a lying sack of shit.
I think he's lying, but in the case but the woman did say she saw him bit. So there's two
Let me ask you a
scenarios.
question.
Yeah, go
Let me
on.
ask you a question. Is there anybody in the comic that was bit that didn't turn?
I'm trying to think. Not that the only people I can think of are people who were bit, but we didn't see them again. There's no evidence if there's a few scenarios where people have been bit.
You know what I would do? I would have it that only Rick could get bit and not turn. In fact, I would do a situation where Carl is kidnapped. He gets bit because he's watching Carl, and then he's like, "Oh my God!" But he can't kill himself because he wants to save his son, and you don't realize it. But as the viewer, it's so wrapped up in this war where he's going to save Carl that he just never turns. And after like 5 or 6 episodes, he looks at the wound and he's like, "Oh my God, I didn't turn." And maybe they could say that all that time in the coma, all those drugs that they pumped him with, maybe the government pumped him with the cure. And that's why he was alive.
There's that might be why the walkers didn't attack him, I suppose. But there's different. For example, the guy who's pretty much a lying sack of shit. I think the best theory, the most likely one, is because that woman definitely saw him get bit. I'm going to believe her because she seems honest. I think either it was a whisperer who bit him, or he paid someone, not paid, but he got someone, a human, yeah, not a zombie, to bite him. Amongst the zombies, like got stopped, yeah, to make it look like he was bitten, and then do it as an axe, yeah.
What if he just was stupid, and like I said, the walker had false teeth, and he just
that's also a theory.
And then the whole thing to test that is if he actually gets bit again, he turns.
He definitely got bitten by something, but I think it's.
He got bit by a walker, but I bet you the walker had false teeth.
Okay, we can go with that. I just don't think it was a fully fledged walker.
Because let me ask you a question: if he was really immune to them, wouldn't they just ignore him?
No.
Or wouldn't they
No, they attack living things because they attack dogs. They attack anything which is living. And
so he could be immune, but they would still try to kill him. Like rip him apart.
They could just fucking eat him alive. Sorry for swearing. Sorry. Apologies. But they could eat him alive. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't think he was. I think he's full of shit, but we'll see.
Sorry for
that. Why would they do that in Fear the Walking Dead and not in Walking Dead? That's my point. You wouldn't do that.
What I'm saying. I was gonna, if they were gonna do it, this cure thing or someone being immune, I'd much rather be in Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And Eugene,
that's bullshit. Yeah.
I want Eugene to discover something, and that's how I really want it to go. I don't want it to be in Fear. If they're going to do it in Fear, I'd like them to do it a lot later and possibly cross it over.
I know they got to do stuff in Fear that makes it more interesting. Yeah. That, we didn't know that, but not that.
Yeah, because what it'll do is if they did approach that and they found some sort of cure way before The Walking Dead, it would kind of make the big series worse because we're thinking, well, this shouldn't be happening because there's a cure. Do you know what I mean?
What would be really cool? It'd be really cool if somebody was experimenting on the walkers and they were able to half turn them back, and you see a person screaming that he's like a walker with half flesh, whatever, with intelligence. He's like, kill me, whatever. And like Rick's group sees that. Like, what the hell is that? That somebody actually was able to cure, but the person's deformed as a walker. And like,
I've seen that theory before. It's possibly could happen. I
don't think that happened in the comic either. Right? Probably not.
We'll see it in the comic first if something like that happens.
I gotta ask Holly because she's the comic expert. Maybe she can help me. Let's see. All right.
We're focusing on Whispers and Negan escaping right now in the comics. So it's pretty exciting.
And didn't Negan kill Alpha?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't like that guy.
So now, again, our 100th episode probably won't be Walking Dead because we'll probably be talking about Fear Walking Dead. It depends. I'll try to see what we can do.
Yeah, I'm guessing there'll be a big episode for Fear in the next.
I think Fear the Walking Dead is going to be. We're going to have to do casts on Fear the Walking Dead. Like I think we're going to be using these Real Walking casts to talk about Fear because it's really getting good.
Yeah, and
upset.
like last year, I didn't want to do any cast on it.
Neither did I. I even said to Gloria, I said, "There's no way I'm doing a cast on it," but it's gotten good where we can. So there you go.
Just
I mean, one episode they played Monopoly, one episode they played Boggle. That was not cool for.
Yeah, it was so bad, dude. And what is it with them killing dogs? Can we just get on that real quick? They like killing dogs in this series.
Like, really? Come on, man. I'm a dog lover. I don't want to see that.
They killed a dog in the first season, didn't they?
Yeah, that was not cool.
Which, by the way,
they kill dogs, they kill horses, they kill freaking. Come on.
Yeah, they do. Like the ones with Nick, I kind of understood. They were starving, they were feral. It kind of made sense. But the one in the first season, it was just there. And
how about Rick when he had to cut his pig's throat and he had to like?
That was crazy. The dog in season 1 of Fear the Walking Dead, they did not need to kill that dog. I mean, dogs aren't that stupid. I mean, if they see a danger and it's not hungry, which it wasn't, it would have just ran away.
Right.
And it didn't even fight back. It just sat there and took it down. They wouldn't do that.
That sucks. Yeah.
So it's just cruelty to be cruel. I think whoever's making Fear the Walking Dead does not like dogs.
I guess not.
Yeah, Robert Kirkman. You don't like dogs, man.
And then Nick is like, I'm going to put some body paint on. The worst thing, did you remember when he drank his own urine?
Yeah, that was bad. And those guys who died in episode 8, those guys were so stupid. Wow. The one who dropped the bullets.
Yeah.
And he just kept reloading. That was bad. But the second guy who died, the really big fat guy, he walked towards him. And then, and then he got, like, why? I don't understand. It was frustrating because
I was glad that Nick, though, got his ass kicked by that lady. He lost his water. Because he was all cocky, like, oh, I'm the best and stuff. You know, it's like...
No, it's not. It's good to show harsh reality. I like seeing that, but Travis is definitely the best.
Travis is cool. Chris deserves a beat, honestly.
Do you know what? I've got a theory with Chris. I think... You see how those other young guys with him, they're a bit crazy. They're a bit... You know, they're kind of jerks, right? Mm. But are they evil? I don't think they are, because they've had multiple opportunities when they first met Travis to screw him over.
I don't know. I think Chris is going to lose a hand, to tell you the truth.
I think Chris is going to... What Chris did there, and they'll start to see those guys. They're jerks, right? But they'll start to see Chris enjoys cruelty, yeah?
Yeah.
I think... that they're either going to try and persuade Travis. I mean, a lot of people are trying to say that they'll try and persuade Chris to kill Travis. I don't think so. I think they'll try and persuade Travis. They'll either kill Chris or they're just going to get scared of Chris and back off. And then Chris might kill them.
Well, that'll be a Norman Bates moment if he starts becoming freaky deaky and starts scaring the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, I mean, he's
talking to himself and shit. Imagine if he started talking to himself. That would be crazy.
Everyone's expecting their reaction because we're not going to see him next episode. Probably we're going to see him the episode after, right? Everyone's expecting them to be on his side.
What about Ophelia? Where the hell did she go?
Hopefully, he dies because she's so boring.
Where the hell did she go? Someone go like, "Oh, she was kidnapped." I'm like, "I don't do that shit."
Maybe she's so boring that they just forgot that she existed in the show.
I gotta tell you, the worst thing I think they ever did with The Walking Dead. The worst villain, the worst storyline was when they made the cops. I hated that whole thing with that standoff with Rick, and then
the ones with Beth.
That was the worst villain, stupid thing I've ever seen. That was like, I rate that like a B movie, Walking Dead, but with the main characters. Like that's like if they would do a fan film with the Star Trek actors, and they do like some weird thing, and it would be like terrible. Graphics. I mean, that
they were like. I did enjoy the moment where one of the cops got eaten alive. I was like, yeah, you rapist.
Well, when he ran him over, that was cool too. He hit him.
Yeah. There was some cool moments. Rick is awesome, and Beth getting.
I don't like that.
I didn't like her, but
I don't like the characterization episodes of Daryl when Daryl can't hold his liquor, but she can hold her liquor, and she never drank a drink ever. Mm-hmm. And he's like giving the finger and peeing.
Yeah, she was a cow. I just didn't like her. I did like the The only good thing they did there was with that rapist cop. I mean, that's bad rape and everything, but it is quite realistic that in the zombie apocalypse, a man with a lot of power, who's he's evil, will do these things. There are evil people in the world, and I did like that they didn't shy away from that. And he got his corpus and just got eaten alive, which is great. But the whole thing was stupid. I mean, why were they set up in the middle of that land? So most of it was retarded.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't set up in the middle of a city.
Right.
It's just stupid. Because you live in the city, but you don't have your base there.
Now, let me ask you a question. Did Negan kill the tiger in the comics? The tiger's still alive?
I'm trying to remember.
Ezekiel is dead, right? In the comics?
I'm not caught up with I've still got to read.
Oh. I gotta ask Holly.
Yeah, give it first, Holly, because I'm.
She'll be back on soon.
The issues are harder for me to get. They're quite expensive to ship out, so I just read what I can. I don't like to read them online because for some reason.
I'm a Rick guy. That's my main favorite character. I really want him. I don't want to see him losing and getting down like that. That bothers me. I want to see him rise above.
Yeah, you will see that though in season 7. I've read most of the comics. It's just that the issue is I don't like reading them online. It's something I won't do. So I have to get them. They're just expensive for me to get. So I've definitely missed the issue. I've seen All Out War. I've read All Out War, and I've read most of the Negan stuff. But then I know I've missed a few issues because I read an issue with Negan escaping, and I'm like, I've definitely missed an issue. This is issue.
What was that book? What was that book that they did with Rick's brother?
Oh, the
alien thing.
Yeah, that was weird. Very strange.
He died though, right?
Yeah, that's the very start of the zombie apocalypse. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's a shame. I would have liked that to actually happen. Maybe in this, maybe they're opening up a book.
Maybe Madison is the sister of Rick.
I just want to cross over so much. I just want to.
Or Andrea. She might be Andrea's sister.
I don't like Madison's okay. What's the Ophelia? Ophelia? I'm not sure what happened to Ophelia though. No idea. Maybe she's just dead. Possibly.
You know what they imagine if they have the original Walking Dead characters on there?
Yeah.
With Fear, like Dale and Andrea and whatever, and then they just go off on their own thing. That would be cool.
Yeah, because they did that in the Walking Dead game. They had Glenn appear, so they could have a spin-off in that way. I think the coolest one could be Mo. That would be interesting, or even the Governor. I want to see.
Oh, you imagine if he appeared on Fear the Walking Dead? That'd be fantastic.
But they're in Mexico, so it doesn't make any sense, right? The only way they can make that work. I try to think who they could have appear. There's a few people maybe, but we'll see. We definitely have been seeing the Whisperers though, because Nick has been acting like a Whisperer with the Horde of zombies. He's going that. So I believe that Nick could become a Whisperer, which is the darkest villains in The Walking Dead, because they're sick. The stuff they do. They did exactly. You see what Nick did there, but he didn't really do that. Those two guys are just really stupid. He died by those zombies. The Whisperers actually do that. They walk hordes. What they do is they trash camps with the horde of zombies. Then they loot what they find. Yeah. It's really clever.
So what do we got? 6 weeks till Rick comes back?
We've got episode 11. How many? We've got 15 episodes of Fear there, aren't we? So we've got 5 more episodes of Fear.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be 6 weeks, yeah.
6 weeks. I can't freaking wait for Walking Dead to come back. I like Fear now, but not as much as ever.
Not as Walking Dead, yeah. You could cancel Fear today and say it's cancelled forever if Walking Dead's next week. I'll be like, yeah, that's okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
But
it's fine. All right.
It's good. It's good. It's just real last point. It's good that we've got something else to keep us going while we wait. I like that.
I know. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And there's room for. I mean, I don't like that webisode thing. That sucked. That thing with the 1 minute episode, I hated that. That was like, I hate it. I don't want to see that again.
The point of it was that they were going to appear in season 2, and then it They didn't do anything with it. The characters
They scrapped it. They were just like, oh, the kid died and she's by herself and she's a villain, and I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, what they did with that sucked.
Yeah.
Just sucked. So what a waste of time it is, really.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, James. We'll be back talking about more Fear the Walking Dead and Walking Dead as it becomes available. Hopefully, I'm sure the next episode will be great. Fear the Walking Dead, we'll do another cast. So thank you very much, James.
Mm-hmm.
Take care. Bye for now.